the better heroes early on to go in and potentially take the stack. So you don't necessarily need the stack for yourself, because imagine them coming in with Nature's Prophet, Bristleback, Dawnbreaker, CM as your course.
Oh yeah,
like super difficult to deal with, especially because like Marcy's damage output early on is really not that big. Nedra's Enchantress Faceless Void, like he needs Chronosphere. That Prophet needs that Exorcism to be able to get the damage done. And we're gonna see the lane setup from PSG.LGD. That Prophet plus Marcy, you need to have, like, once again, something with a stun, and the lanes are going to be as we expected. Bristleback wants Crystal Maiden, even though Jay's going to be playing that CM on the bottom. Mind Control on Nature's Prophet, his classic with the Dawnbreaker, Orb of Venom. A lot of slow. Want to see how this lane goes, because Nigma, they will be putting a lot of pressure on that, and we can already see like forcing him to use Tango. There is a hammer and trying to dodge. No dodges, but the slow still a ton of damage.
Yeah, he's going to take all that chip damage. Not comfortable for him whatsoever. And they've already blocked up one of the camps as well to try and limit the pulls and the creeps being stolen away by Bly. As Enchantress did go for enchant level 1. Of course, can be grabbing those treants from time to time. As top lane, GA playing aggressively with Miracle, getting a snipe on the GQ Courier. Chasing Faithbeyond back on the tower, and now facing against the Marcy with the Frostbite there. But they've got some good damage into him, and that's the level 2 hit that we were looking for.
Yeah, they got that level 2 much faster than PSG.LGD, because they're still level 1 playing aggressive with the Bristleback, coming in with a couple of mangoes on Crystal Maiden, and GH is the one who got the first blood. Also, you want to have as many possible mangoes in this lane, because you're playing with the Bristleback. It's not about the, using the healing down on your trade, because it's not getting any more. So with having extra mangoes, you're going to win the trade more against that Prophet and Marcy. Also,
it's one of those cliches, right? Like offense is the best defense.
Absolutely. And in this matchup, like that Prophet's not gonna be getting too much value from the sidekick. This is not the lane, because usually I think GQ, he knows he's the best player in terms of utilizing Marcy, because he's not going for like this support, the Eaterlands type of build. He does go for 1-1-3, 1-1-4, whatever you call it, with the sidekick, and then he wants to scale. Phase BKB, Blink Dagger, Basher. He is using 100% of the hero. I think I already mentioned a couple of times, I'm not a big fan of that. Use Dispose, Rebound only, and also Unleash. Like, this is your damage, this is your ult, this is something that is supposed to be big, and then you use it only for the spell mechanic.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of options as well. Like when you have a hero like Pango from your mid lane, right? It also gives them more options, whether they want to go for utility or damage. So then nothing to say has the option to think about the Blink Dagger rather than Diffuser Blade or the Aghanim's and things along those lines. We'll get back underway. So his team tips fly around. Kuroki getting a lot of the love from his own team. They've set themselves up for a good victory in this early lane stage. Top lane already with that first kill, and looking in towards mid, nothing to say, is taking a lot of harassment from Sumail. 10 and 2 on the Razor. Pango only picking up 6 yen, but he does have a wave arriving at his tower now.
Even though you don't have the long lane to play with, Razor usually he wants to be able to connect with the static link. Someone uses a slow or a stun, and then you win this trade war in terms of region. Still playing against Pango, forcing him to get the swashbuckle defensively to be able to break the link and stealing some of his damage. Kind of expected against the Pango, as we see. He's still dealt damage, but not in the way that he wants to.
Yeah, level 1 static link going for the 2 points in Phantom Field, knowing that you're kind of just forcing out the swash with it. As another curious snipe comes through, Kuroki, right place, right time. Why? Stealing one of those triumphs and sending it towards mind control, zoning him a little bit with his own tomato.
Ame on top of CS. So why doing a very good job soaking up some of the damage on this bottom lane. Looking at the build on mind control going forward.
Again, look at that damage! So quickly it comes from GH and Miracle, and they'll absolutely go in towards that tier 1 to take down Jinkyu again.
Miracle ready to buy Ring of Health, has 8 magic stick charges. Was thinking about for a second to go behind tier 1 tower, potentially dive, but it was too risky. Kuro on a mid lane.
Yeah, coming in hot, nothing to say. Jumped in, the Celestial Hammer's there, burning through him, but Jinkyu will be able to come in, refill the bottle. transfer it back to nothing to say, just to try and alleviate some of the pain he's been feeling in that mid lane.
It was a good move from Kuro because he understands that on bottom mind control he feels pretty safe, and also forcing a TP rotation, which means that on top lane Bristleback will get some pressure off on him because he has Ring of Health. He wants to be able to Jinkyu with the jump.
Yeah, straight onto GH. Reasonably squishy Crystal Maiden, but she's able to reset, get away from the Spirit Siphon, and they turn it back so quickly. GH trying to kill his spree, Miracle's diving tower. He wants this Marcy real bad, trying to get the Bristleback full sprays now. But not close enough. Good little step back there from Jinkyu's Marcy.
Do you know here that I read a comment about Bristleback? It was a year or two ago where people, like someone realized that he told Bristleback because his badge, it's just like oh, now it all makes sense.
It's like, oh, Doom is called because of his
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to say, did invade enemy jungle and got that bounty rune. Razor 24 CS 17 on pain earlier.
Sumail doing very well in that lane, but again, they move aggressively towards the DP, completely zoning her out of the lane and away from the CS, which she's currently sat at 13 last hits. Such a great solid lane from Team Nigma up top.
And as we expected, Marcy going for more points rebound because you don't benefit from the psychic in this lane. GH level 4, they're going to try to go for him.
Out of position, dragged back in towards the DP. Does get a couple of charges off, but GH about to die. Does put the stick, but that's not going to be enough to allow him to survive. Surely not. Jinkyu will dive under the tier 1 and finish her off. Puts himself in danger though, as Miracle with these cool sprays will get the trade back.
GH was so close. It was like half a second for him to use the frostbite, and this still benefits Nigma quite a lot because they are getting solo levels on Bristleback. Why? Trying to make a rotation. Let's see the Hurricane. Can he pull him back?
Yeah, looks like they should be able to. Sumail gets out of the field and they don't Hurricane him around. Why can he get frostbitten? Came in aggressively to play this mid lane. Sumail dies. There's nothing to say. Gets the swashbuckle in towards it. It looked like Nigma might have been able to withhold that and get just the Enchanter skill, but don't underestimate this Lightstone swashbuckle.
Hurricane there on Pango instead of connecting on the Razor, but still a good trade, I would say, nothing to say, getting the levels, and they got the kill before he used Rolling Thunder, and also this, mid lane GH.
Yeah, he's being dodged again. Jinkyu, with the help of this Wild Wing, slams down the Maiden. Sumail with the Platinum Field will be able to clear through Marcy though.
A lot of trade kills. Sumail coming in, cleaning things up. There is still room. That's going to be for nothing to see. Be able to refill the bottle on bottom, however. The pressure control, yeah, a ton of pressure. I love the build that he was going for on Mage Frost lately. Maelstrom.
Oh, not the Orchid.
Yeah, no, not this time around. Just the straight up Lightning.
Got that scaling potential as well. So much damage onto this tower with a catapult wave arriving. GQ is sitting in a tree, he's waiting for his moment to strike. I just don't know if they can do this. Ame nowhere near level 6. Yeah.
They might need another one to come here bottom.
Nice Starbreaker though. Nothing to say, he will be able to take down Kuroki though. And that will deal with the catapult wave, while Exorcism up top. Miracle is having to contend with a large cap, and the ghost is flying around him. Cross sprays galore, kills off Y, but Miracle will in the end die.
Yeah, Exorcism still dealing full damage, not affected.
Nothing to say, can't swashbuckle away from Sumail. Charging towards Jinkyu, keeping him away from the tower, and this is the thing, right? The early he's going for more, he's gonna get a kill! Sumail knew where his limits were, and he pushes them absolutely perfectly, unlocking that mid-tier 1 with the arrival of mind control as well.
Nigma having a really good read on the game where they need to bring an extra hero just to be able to secure the kills. Ame finally hits level 6, but look at the bottom tier 1 tower. It's down to 300 HP. First Exorcism was used, no real damage done to tier 1 tower. So in terms of trading the towers, I feel like Nigma, especially with the global presence, they're going to be able to kill the tier 1 tower and also defend their safe lane towers. 0 tower damage we just saw there. Beautiful stats coming up. LGD struggling. Oh, it's the creeps. Man, those creeps.
Just the creeps. But back to your point, right, about the trade kills and about the numbers matching, no real advantage from either team in these engagements. That's a good sign of well-matched teams understanding where each other needs to be and reading the opponents as well.
So far, Enigma have a really good read how PSG.LGD is going to react to what they're doing. Right now, we're just going to go back to the top lane, and they need to be a little bit more careful. Kuroki, a little under-leveled, because they were not getting the kills in this bottom lane. PSG will be playing very defensive, so level 3, 9 minutes in, he's going to need to be the one getting the tone.
And Enigma, the reason they're getting out of these 3 observables they've got planted in a triangle around that mid lane and bottom jungle area. They've seen the Enchantress, they know the Jinkyu's around down here as well. So they've got the options, whether they want to TP and react bot and play into this Chronosphere, which Ame does have, or just kind of casually farm away, Miracle dragging waves into camps and getting that efficiency going.
Man, very interesting build. It's all about the efficiency, like how much return you get for the gold invested.
LGD
that thought.
Trying to force something and get the drag back with 2 spells, Hurricane and the Dispose, but GH from the high ground, freezing field comes. Wrath of Nature bounces across them as well. It's just going to zone back LGD. They hold their aggression. And a kind of wasted roll there from the Pango.
Here.
He does, but look at Sumail's arrival. Chrono comes onto the 2 of them, a defensive one until late.
It's the zoning one. They give him speed, so for 2.5 minutes, they're not going to be able to let Sumail. What a bro, helping out mind control, and this should also result in a tower, because this...
look at him go! Oh, he's TPing in behind him! Ame, he doesn't have time walk anymore! Frostbitten, blasted by the battlefield, Ame's going to jump across and heal back up! Ever so close to finding the takedown on the Void as Facedown arrives with Exorcism and nothing to say. In on top of Sumail, Ash and Q arriving, should be able to find a kill on the Razor. A big one for LGD if they can finish it off. Sumail so speedy, though, and with another link in the body blocks from the treants. Nothing to say with a shield crash. At long last gets the takedown. Enigma lose 3 heroes.
PSG.LGD brings everybody down. They said we need to save Ame, and Ame TPs to the top lane immediately without having no Chronosphere. Like his contribution was not there. Getting the time off. And managing to survive the big W. PSG.LGD a bit greedy. They wanted to get more, getting behind enemy lines. They still took the tower. That's something that they mentioned. They will be able to defend their towers. Top lane, harassment, forcing you to use the time walk.
Enigma now with that wide open space, right? They're able to control the bottom jungle. The tier 1 mid and bottom gone. And Miracle's also farming Radiant Triangle. We've talked about this a lot recently. Thinking about the resources on the map of Dota 2. It's not about necessarily being fully efficient on your side, farming your jungle, but taking things away from your opponents to limit their potential.
He feels relatively unkillable save without the EXO. Maybe with the mana burn, once you get that play time on Pango and bringing like 3 heroes, they should be able to bring him down, but it's going to take a while. GH hiding in the trees.
Yeah,
about to get level 61 CS.
Let's see if he can come in time. Oh, he does get it. Solar Guardian allows GH to survive. Nothing to say, blown up as Miracle arrives from the triangle back up the top lane and hunting Jinkyu down in the trees. No stuns here in towards Y, so a quick TP will allow his safety and return to Fountain.
I was looking at bottom. Literally, he needed 1 creep on the Dawnbreaker to be able to get the ulti. He gets it immediately. He's saves Kuro and they get the 2 kills. So this should also be a tower. This is something that we mentioned because they rely on cooldowns. Yeah, Rolling Thunder, not the longest level 1, 80 seconds, but it's about the exorcism, it's about this Chrono here. So once they misuse their Chrono, I feel like Enigma is going to go, when I say misuse, even if they get a kill or 2, they're still not going to be able to contest Roshan, because Enigma Galaxy, they have all the tools. Yeah, look at the heat map. A little bit in enemy triangle. Just made 1 big spot. Like 1 big blue dot. He has not moved so far. TP to the top lane for a little bit and then move to the bottom.
Miracle creating that barrier in front of his own jungle.
Enigma had big timings with this except about to be done 1500 gold. I feel like PSG, they need to take 1 fight for that because Field Blade is about to be finished. 1500 gold from here and Exo's up.
Oh, it's huge, yeah. 7.6k net worth on Miracle. Massive. performance coming out of him on the bristleback. 7,700 total.
I want to go back to the point that I was trying to make, but you stopped me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you need to hype it up. Let's see about this one.
Force the roll.
Big one. There's the rolling thunder.
You see that physical damage from Miracle?
Razor in trouble.
Yeah, he's got the spell. Enchantress slows him down. The freezing field. GH, he lets it go. Why? Chased down by the Dawnbreaker, slammed into the ground. A face beyond GQ, trying to run back behind him. Look who's waiting for them. It's mind control with the Solar Guardian. They can't get the Marcy though. She's out. They want the face beyond DP instead. In comes the swash. Face beyond, nothing to say. Bursting through them in Miracle. He's nearly dead with the bristle back, keeping him alive ever so barely. Slipping out of danger while mind control is left stranded.
This is the fight that I want to mention. Like, go in, they didn't even commit with the Chronos here because they're gonna hit like a little earlier timing. That Prophet almost 4,000 damage in that fight, allowing him to survive with the Yule set. Like he doesn't have a single like tanky item on Fabian. It's just the Yule Scepter, but he has his Spirit Life charges in that fight, which did enable him to survive. So still pretty good. Facepoint does have Maelstrom right now. Still Chronosphere ready. So even if the Galaxy decides to go inside Roshan with the Aghanim Scepter on Bristol back about to be completed 900 gold, PSG.LGD will still take that fight.
Yeah, it's absolutely disruptive as well, knowing that Nigma wants to use these timings and continuing the steamroller that they've built up to continue charging forward. Having a team fight win as LGD there might bust Nigma's morale a little bit, but you've got to realise they'll pick themselves up and understand they've got to keep this moving forward. Mind control sat up top currently, being only done by Jin-Q, but he doesn't have any teammates nearby currently. Killing off a hellbear, slapping his tower.
Zabel died 3 times in this game. Like, ideally, you would want to have Bristleback Axe and Razor's BKB synced up, because that would be your big timing. They might still wait until Mel has BKB, just so that he doesn't get burned. I think he was baiting there on mid lane, but maybe underestimated the positioning of Enchant to be able to dispel that haste.
It's why just sending creeps to every tower. It sends a Hellbear, starts sending creeps down the bottom. He's like backdooring towers non-stop with this Enchantress.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Being a little bit naughty.
Dire structures are falling.
Dire Glyph comes out. Maybe thinking about a play into mid, stopping Faith Beyond from farming freely anyway. Now DP heading to a BKB of her own, but Sumail out in the open in the river, speedy enough to get up the staircase. Mind control. Currently just holding objectives. I think you're right, they are very stolidly just sitting in front of their objective, making sure that LGD don't have any freebies while they're waiting for this Aghanim Scepter and BKB synchronized timing.
Still PSG.LGD, they will be ready to strike back. Exorcism is level 2, so 2 times more damage. Thinking about going on Ame.
Being frostbitten, Chrono defensively once more, and the Dawnbreaker Solar Guardian lands. But he's got Time Warp again in a couple of seconds. Mind control spots him, shrouds him. In the fog, we go with Ame now. Celestial Hammer close the gap, and the body blocks in the tree and allows another frostbite. The Faceless Boy destroyed by Enigma.
Not only did they manage to get it held, they also managed to bait the Chronosphere. So far, in terms of Chronosphere usage, I believe this is the second one. We still haven't seen the full potential of it with Exorcism running and then going in and dealing damage. I think it's time for Enigma to go inside the Roche pit and fight.
We were talking at the start of this about how LGD reacts, responds to this aggression from Enigma, and so far it's been to run away and defensively use your spells. Why? Chased down by the bristleback GQ and Faith Beyond. I don't know if you can fight into this. He goes to turn you unleashed, sure, there's a little bit of damage here and there. But with Karuki's arrival and Sumail and GH closing the gap in towards them, the Enigma Galaxy side have the advantage. Great roll in, but they struggle to get a kill. Finally Miracle falls, but look at Sumail go. Clears through Faith Beyond, Jin-Q will follow him into the grave, and nothing to say, has to TP home.
And Miracle took one for the team. He decided to go in just so that the rest of the PSG.LGD chases him, and still a pretty good trade. So Exorcism down for 2 minutes. It's all about paying attention on these big ultis for PSG.LGD. That someone needs to time it, because they will have every single time like a minute, even more than a minute, to be able to react, to get some stuff going on the map or force Roshan.
You see that, the big difference between those cooldowns. And we saw that bottom tier 2 getting destroyed by the treants, right? Unlocking the outpost in that bottom jungle for them. Man, we nearly have a BKB on the Maiden as well. She's going to be able to just stand there.
Crystal Maiden rushing the BKB. She's going to have it after this wave.
That's incredible. Pre-20 minutes. Shard and Blink, of course, going to be coming up quickly afterwards. We've already seen GH's freezing field and how much damage, but it's not just the damage, but DP wants to chase, Pango wants to chase. Boy, they've got all these heroes that want to keep chasing heroes. Freezing field just don't allow you to do that.
15 seconds until 60 until Extras is back online. I don't think PSG.LGD can test one.
And they see Ame.
Ame might try to go for a steal play.
Well, they see him. They know that Ame is nowhere nearby.
They don't have a tier 1 tower there. They don't have a tier 1 tower lane. And rest, look at the support from Mega Galaxy, covering every entrance where they could possibly get from. Get inside and try to do something about it.
One of those clever things where it's like, hey, Miracle, you've been farming enemy agents for a while. Do you think Ame's going to try it? Let's ward there and see what he's up to. I knew exactly where the Faceless Void was. And nothing to say. Running it back as Miracle, Sumail and the gang invading bottom jungle. Nothing really objective-wise to claim here, so yeah, they change tack and move in towards mid.
Dire's
Big old treants, greater treant. Such a beautiful red face.
I like what Kuro is doing. He's playing this Dawnbreaker 5, and he understands where like the real threat is going to come from. Disarm potentially on Razor, silence, and also time dilation on Bristleback. So he wants to be able to enable his team with all this stuff.
It's not the Gleipnir. He's going straight Mjolnir there. Oh, look at him! Oh, I just want to squeeze his cheeks. Beautiful little fellas. Yeah, whack those dreams.
Mjolnir this time around.
The ghost.
Yeah, the ghost, so it's gonna draw a lot more. Like even time dilation. On top of that, the Pango, he does tend to get a lot of instances of damage in the team fight.
Is this where, I don't know, do you consider like a blade mail on a DP? Because there's so much spill damage from Razor, Bristle, Mjolnir. Is that something you think about?
Right now.
Okay.
This is a good one. He's also going focus this for.
Hello! Who have we got here? Mind control, healed up by the Solar Guardian, and GH, he just goes straight up BKB freezing field. Y says goodbye to the world of the living. Jinkyu dead to Sumail as well.
It's very difficult for PSG.LGD to commit even to one of the supports. When they try to go on the Crystal Maiden, he pops the BKB. You know that there's going to be big ground nature coming in, potentially TP, and also ulti. Ooh, and that's big damage. Still not the commit. Faster than the dispatch fastest. I mean, this is GH we're talking about. He's been involved in 14 out of 18 kills.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very active with Crystal Maiden.
Incredible. What does LGD do to try and come back from this? Is it like they're just trying to wait out ages? Do they want to go for a team fight with Exo and Chronos ready?
Like we need to talk about them getting a perfect Rolling Thunder because they're still nothing that can stop a Rolling Thunder in the fight. You still need to respect damage from the Bristleback. It's pretty similar to like Medusa where the damage becomes overwhelming at one point because if you're in the fight for that long, the close rates, they're gonna stack up. Problem is, there's going to be so much chaos in the front line. Razor with the BKB using the static link, forcing you to drop an ulti, potentially like forcing them to use this Chronosphere in a way that they don't. And then Nexus Galaxy has like pretty free opening into the fight.
What's wrong, JJ? What have you seen?
He's showing the shard. Crystal Maiden has queued up. So you can do cast spells during the freezing field. Crystal Maiden doesn't need to be afraid of anything once you pick up the shard, other than Chrono. So you have KBKB and you also have the extra armor against that Prophet's Ghost. So you should feel almost infernal if you're not inside Chrono.
Miracle. I'm going to come and clear out this top wave, helped out by the Treants. Y getting TP'd on. No stuns, I don't believe.
Oh, now he vicious. That was not the Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Like near.
A little bit slower on the DP's BKB. Not by much.
That's why they're
compared to average.
16 seconds on average. And we see 50 seconds faster on Bristleback. He was thinking about going for different item build, S and Y on Bristle. That seems like BKB being able to dispel things on his own, not just relying on Dawnbreaker to be able to get it.
In his backpack for now, but can switch that into the Aegis when it expires in about 45 seconds. LGD just trying to find pockets of farm where they're reasonably safe. Mind control, time dilated, jungle flashes, but the Solar Guardian not going to help him. Still dead. Ame has to BKB to TP home, and nothing to say rolling out there as well.
Smail getting a ton of farm on his Razor, about to finish Refresher, so double BKB, double Static Blink, getting tons of levels as well. We were talking about, you know, getting level 20, potentially getting level 25 as well. 30 seconds left on Bristleback's Aegis, and yeah, his next item is pretty natural progression, I would say, going for full Abyssal Blade and the Bastard to be able to deal with these split pushes, BKB, TP without double damage here. It's getting scouted.
Oh, the Pango wanted it. He's going to roll up and try to TP. The Starbreak, not quite landing. Gets home. And Jinkyu came in to save his body, not needed. Pays the ultimate price while his courier dying to quill sprays and hits for a miracle. Flies over the treetops. But LGD just getting pushed further and further back. You can feel this map shrinking for them. The net is closing in around them. Enigma continue to fish for any targets they can find in the open. It's been a superb showing here. And there's that refresher orb for Razor that you've talked about. And should be ready to just continue this tempo.
This is big. If Enigma can bait one of the big spells, either Exorcism or Fate Ulti, also have him buyback on heroes like Nature Prophet or Dawnbreaker is all he is. Could be pretty big. Lotus Sword finish on Kuroki, so that's going to be a good way to deal with the silences, the Spirit Sight, the disarms, the time dilation, whatever you want to call it.
That was close, wasn't it? 3 minutes and 23.
1 second.
1 second away. Hey, could you punch the numbers, please, and just remove a second off the back of that? Why is found in its own jungle? Okay, my observer says no. Statistical integrity more important than memes, apparently.
We just wanted to contribute to meme society.
Yeah. Meme culture. He's actually just fucking watching bottom lane in the sleep. He's face farming right now, you can tell. Shut up, you idiots. Jinkyu.
Radiant are
Scanning top. They know someone's here, it's still red. And mind control, jumps straight up upon Ame with a perfect read of where he is. I don't know if that Solar Guard is going to do anything apart from give away another kill. Kuroki's launched himself into death. Pretty decent for LGD to get a double kill on Jinkyu. But the fact that now Enigma are down 2 heroes in 40 seconds means that tempo slowed.
I want to see Enigma play a bit more aggressive once they pick up this pressure. Maybe they thought he would be faster on Bristleback. Not sure if that was there, but they are losing a little bit in terms of the network. So Master's coming on Bristol. They did give them a couple of extra kills. Maybe they want to drag this game for another minute or two until Roshan respawns, and then take 5 prioritize potentially 8. But they will be ready to fight this last round.
Yeah, I guess one of the ideas there is if you bring a couple of heroes, LG might expect more, and maybe if you force a BKB, force a Chrono or Exorcism, as we have seen, that's going to delay.
Ame is pretty big in terms of levels. Level 21, higher level than Bristleback, and now he has level 20. OP down to 120 attack speed during Chronosphere, so there's always going to be damage. And also, I see 2 items going for Mjolnir, so that's going to be a lot of procs as well when we talk about the Bristleback. Some other talents that are getting close that could potentially change things around. Still, mind control a little bit under level, but Sprout Leashes is going to be the big one. Still needs 4 levels. Has BKB coming to him, so that's also a big item. On the other side, that Prophet still far away. Lotus Sword. Banglier did finish off Lincoln's here, so that's going to be way of protecting himself with potential like Frostbite and also throwing that onto Ame. Because if you take away his damage, the good thing about this damage build from Ame is Mjolnir, a lot of procs, a lot of attack speed, so even if your like physical damage gets stolen, you still can handle that.
that makes sense.
It was one of the ways to like try to counter. I remember one specific game where Troll Warlord playing against Razor did build MVP.
We were casting
yeah,
it,
we were casting it.
We rushed it straight up. I think it was skipped. I can't quite remember.
Dire
Yeah, it's
are
incredible.
scared.
Oh, LGD. Smoked up, knowing that it's around Roshan respawn time. They want to try and force something here.
Good positioning from Nigma. They put the high ground forward, and GH also in a position to be able to break the smoke potentially.
Oh, he's in a great spot. And Miracle kind of face tanking.
They ping it out. Like you could see who's orange, and it's Y. So yeah, he knows exactly. Lit forced out. Some trees, a little bit of a cheer on lane.
It comes on in though. Troll, the BKB gets it off in time. Let's see if Smell can survive. The Solar Guardian giving him a little more life. In comes Kuro. Smell about to drop though. Ame Faceless focus him down. The Spurs on the go for it too. In comes Miracle though. Chase them back. Big physical damage hitting him on the GQ and mind control. Sprouting fake beyond. The buyback out of Kuro and Smell. Forcing the fight. Near this Roshan pit's going to get them a takedown on the DP. Oh, I don't know if they get any more though. They're stunned. The Frostbite comes. 3 down on LGD side and Roshan still 40 seconds away.
And this is 3v for them. This is what we talked about. Just to be able to have buybacks on their side. This is how you counter big team fight ultis near the Roche pit.
So yeah, 30
seconds. They still have time to like take the fight, take it through tower. GQ wins the buyback. Easy in and out with the shard.
Forcing it here with another buyback over the VP. They dispose Miracle. He's still tanky and GH will zone them away with the freezing field. He's BKB and a kill on GQ is coming. So Mail, he'll find it. A dieback from Marcy. Ame back in, but he's stunned up. He's chased disable. Ame's down.
Immediately.
Nothing to say. He's trying to roll up and chase them back. Nigma wants to retreat. Reset time for them. Give away the life of Kuroki. No big deal, but he used the profit. Plays beyond an Ame will clear through with a triple kill on Wise Enchantress.
LGD coming out Roshan immediately. So no buyback on Kuroki. The previous game, but they have two buybacks on their side.
And someone called the house with a DD rune. Spawn here, Roshan.
Let's see how Nigma approaches this one. Do they just let it go, or they want to contest it?
It looks like they're just going to allow LGD to take it.
They're a bit greedy. Maybe if they left one treant inside of the pit, fall back in Roche.
But it's being rolled on by the Pango. He's in a 1v4. He's BKB'd up, chasing wide, but even with the backup of Sumail here, LGD are going to cruise towards them. Walk up the ramp, look towards Sumail. The fresh BKB comes out of the Razor net. Miracle, they chase it back into Faith Beyond, aiming the DP as Ame wants Sumail real back. Hops is one, but there's no way he can survive. He's got 100 seconds. And a chrono onto Miracle allows the boys to get in front of him. Nigma falling apart at the seams as LGD strike back with their big team fight ultis.
And also not damage here on bottom lane. Ame did pick up Aegis in that fight. I feel like Nigma needed to approach it a bit differently. Trying to secure Roche instead of going for the tier 2 tower. They almost killed it, but this Roshan and one changes the game completely. Where's the shard at? Because Faithful didn't have it. They gave it to Net Profit. So another Spirit Siphon charge. They want to go in and potentially end it. Let's see if they decide to go. Oh yeah, it's being pinged out.
Oh yeah, they want to do it. They know there are limited buybacks on this dire team. I mean, Miracle doesn't have the money for it, but they also know that there's going to be no Razor, no Dawnbreaker, as they go for tier 4. LGD, they want to finish this one off. MCGH, they can move forward with Kuroki, do a bit of chip damage here and there. Exorcism still going for a good 5-6 seconds, and the tier 4s are crumbling. Dispose on MC, they found a profit. He's got buyback available, but it's pretty sealed. Stopped in his tracks by Ame. And his Faceless boy. GH, yeah, BKB's not going to save you here. Nothing to say, we'll find a takedown on him.
They're ready to close it up. Rizback is out in 10 seconds. Without having BKB available once he comes out. But those bastions, both Faceless boys and bastions from Pango.
He's trapped in the throne. Ow, mind control.
Getting the flashback alliance against Nigma.
Try every dirty trick in the book.
They defended the throne. Throne was at like 20 HP. She's like PSG.LGD. They know they need to back off a little bit. There are no creeps in the base.
Spamming it in.
But not available for Nigma.
And a fine B3 for another 20-30 seconds.
Mid
lane Baron is going to be cracked wide open. Throne is out in the open. Cold and exposed. And Shinju, he's forced the BKB out of Miracle. Ame will try and walk away. They're knowing that they can continue these fights. Now the BKBs are being expended so frivolously. And Marcy's got one being delivered soon as well.
Now we're buying time.
I've got the damage, but they don't have the vision of the throne to actually kill it off. This game being delayed out. This both the damage is from Shinju. The Legion Army is right click. The throne on the two. Mind control and Kuroki stuck here. And LGD surely now have this victory in the bag.
Is under attack.
One more takedown. GH respawn, but a lonely maiden can't do this.
In base, Crystal Maiden, the sole survivor, needs to be able to defend the throne.
Wild backtrack, clear out the way, stop the trees from any more of this nonsense. Upway cutting.
The Van Brace, the Van Null to be able to get some extra damage going with the ulti. Let's see how that one goes.
The smoke breaks. Go on, GX, get in there, my son.
Dragging the creep way back, trying to buy some extra time. Exo's running, they call it.
GG Cool and PSG coming back into this game. It looks so good for Enigma up until